Hello, this is Smokin' Joe Gamer, and we are still in Metroidvania 2025. I am going to play through Super Metroid in its entirety, and it's going to be great. This is one of my favorite games. This was released on the Super Nintendo a long, long time ago. I didn't play it that much as a kid because I didn't have a Super Nintendo, but um, I played through it when I got into like emulators and stuff when I was in college. Now I'm playing it on the Switch Online service. So I try to do different games every year for Metroidvania, and this is the third year that I've done it. And I thought, gee, I haven't actually done a full playthrough of Super Metroid. Now, I've attempted to do the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer, and I just keep getting stuck. And just wasn't really having a lot of fun with that. I didn't think it would be entertaining to watch. So this is just plain old Super Metroid Switch Online using my Pro controller here. And I'm wearing my Super Metroid hoodie. So let's get into it. I thought you might want to watch this opening scene here. So, yeah. It is kind of a scary game if you think about it, and these games were heavily influenced by the Alien movies, I guess. And if you look through my past videos, I did do a full playthrough of Metroid 1, and I beat it in about 2 hours without getting all of the items. And I was able to skip Ridley and just glitch into the Torian area after defeating Kraid. So but I just like watching the opening video because it shows you all of these things that you can do. Now, I don't know what was actually printed in the instruction manual, but, you know, my first time playing it, it's like, I didn't know I could wall jump until there's a part in the game where there's the little animal guy that shows you how to do it. Then there's a point where they show you how to shine spark, so they never tell you how to do it. They never tell you the button combination, but you watch this opening video and you pay attention to what some of the animals in the game are doing, and that's how you kind of figure out things that you can do. And it's actually a glitchy game, but that's part of its charm, I guess. Like, it's a very glitchy game, but you can have so much fun with it. So what I love about the game is that it's very fun to play and very challenging when you just play it normally. But then when you start getting into like sequence breaks and other glitches and stuff, then it's like you're playing a completely different game. So honestly, like the glitches really work in its favor. And one of the reasons I love Axiom Verge is because it just embraces that and just makes it all part of the game, and you're supposed to glitch things in that game. So, but you know, you can't really talk about Metroidvanias without talking about Super Metroid and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, as far as I'm concerned. Those are the two games that really established the formula. Although, you know, you could argue that like Zelda 2 kind of had a Metroidvania thing going on, and there were other games certainly doing that, you know, and I would say like Zelda and Metroid definitely share similar DNA. So I'm going to start a brand new game. I'm going to go right into here. And first thing I do is I change buttons. It doesn't let you do that. Okay.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Yeah. So Metroid 1 doesn't do a good job of really explaining what's going on. And the ending just gives you this cryptic message about, you know, the other Metroid might show up. Pray for a true peace in space. And then, I'm sorry, but Metroid 2 was just god-awful. I mean, most Game Boy games weren't very good. But this game is like, okay, no, we actually hear a voice talking to us at the beginning. We get a recap of the events of the first two games, and then we actually get to hear things from Samus's own perspective, which is great. Now, personally, I kind of liked Other M, and that takes place right after the events of Super Metroid. I mean, yeah, like, the criticisms are valid for that game, don't get me wrong. I mean, from a pure gameplay perspective, I thought it was just fun to play and explore. I get why people are upset about the story. Like, they didn't characterize Samus the way that they should have, certainly. But even still, it was nice to see her actually come to life and actually have a voice, even if it was a, wussy voice. Even if it was just complaining about the baby and the coworkers and, I don't know, and being terrified of Ridley even though she's fought him like 3 times before. So, here we go. Here's the story. Samus takes the baby Metroid back to the facility, then leaves, and then Ridley attacks the facility to get the Metroid, and then she finds out that the space pirates have rebuilt their entire base on the planet of Zebes, so she has to go back. And then I didn't like Metroid Fusion that much. I thought it was very hard and convoluted. And then, of course, Metroid Zero Mission, which I played before that. Yeah. Metroid Zero Mission definitely, kind of remakes the original game in a good way. And the buttons are wrong. That's another thing that annoys me. I don't want A to be jump and X to be shoot. I want B to be jump and Y to be shoot, and it reversed it, so I gotta go back and do that. Oh yeah, and they're not letting me do anything right now. Okay. Got it. Yeah, and one of the first times I played this game, I didn't know how to run. And I remember having to look that up online, so just to tell you, when I played it for the first time, I was older and I had access to internet. Oh, there's Ridley, and he's stealing the baby Metroid. And this fight is impossible to win, so you'll see most speedrunners will just keep getting hit as much as they can to just quickly get through this stupid fight. I'm not a big fan of unwinnable boss fights, especially when they don't make it obvious that that's the case. Oh, maybe he can kill me. I don't know. Nope. Here we go. Ready? And the steam doesn't hurt you, it just slows you down. So I have live streamed this before, but this is just a YouTube video just playing the entire game, so this is not going to be on Twitch, not going to be live streamed at all. This is just a regular offline recording. Although I don't think I'll be able to get through the whole thing in one sitting. It usually takes me about 6 to 8 hours to beat the game. I am going to create a suspend point, though. So I might use some save states here and there, because I usually struggle against Fantoon and Ridley. Oh, okay. Alright, that was my bad. Alright, I fixed the controls. Good. So this is what I want. I want B to be jump, and I want Y to be shoot. And then A is dash, and X is to change weapons, because I don't want to have to keep hitting select. And unfortunately, I can't map the L button to the ZR button. That would have been great, but oh well. And when I've tried to do that combo randomizer, the issue I run into is if I set it to put the morph ball in the normal place, then I kind of just end up playing the game normally. And same thing over on the Zelda side, if I put the sword in the normal place, then my path through the game is pretty much similar to the original, and that's not really fun. But like in this game, if you don't get the morph ball in the normal spot on a randomizer, then it just really limits where you can go. So I'd rather get the morph ball in the normal spot. Or at least pretty early, yeah. So with the combo randomizer, like I've had 2 seeds now where I just ended up getting stuck and had to look it up on the spoiler log, and so if you don't get the morph ball in the normal spot, then you have to pretty much go right over to Zelda. Then there's only one other item check. Right, so if you don't get the morph ball there, that means you can't go down here. And then there's one other, so this is where you get your first missile tank. There's nothing else in here. What I like about the randomizer, though, is that it does have the whole map available, and it fills it in as you go, and it's easy to keep track of where you haven't been yet, and which items you haven't gotten yet. And the other thing I found frustrating is that I know this is up here, and I don't know if the logic of the randomizer expects me to damage boost into it, because they put the regular enemies into this area, and there's one of those flying mosquito guys, and you can bounce off of them to get that, but I don't know if the logic actually expects that. And also, again, if you don't get the morph ball there where you're supposed to, then you can't get this item either. So yeah, I'm just talking about the combo randomizer. Does the logic want me to damage boost into this? If it's something that I need. If it's something I don't need, it doesn't matter. But you see then, if I do get the morph ball in the normal spot, then I immediately go down there, I go over there, and it's pretty much very similar to the path of the regular game. And I don't know if the logic expects me to use power bombs, like over here, for instance. What kept happening was I would get like 15 power bombs, but no regular bombs, and I would get stuck in places when I would run out of power bombs. So yeah, so after getting very frustrated with the randomizer, it's just like, I'm just gonna play the game normally, try to have some fun with it. And that way I'll be more familiar with the game the next time I do want to try the randomizer. Oh, look at that. And fortunately, the Zelda portion of the randomizer is fine, because you can quit out any time and you never lose progress, like if you die. And you can use that to your advantage to warp back to your house or the sanctuary whenever you want. And if you die in a dungeon, you just respawn at the start of the dungeon without losing any progress. So it's too bad they couldn't actually update the Metroid ROM with quality of life features, but that's okay. Although I'm sure there's plenty of fan games that do something like that. Yeah, there are a lot of ROM hacks for Super Metroid. They're all worth checking out, and a lot of them just make the game even more difficult, and you gotta be really good at wall jumping and stuff like that, but that's alright. Yeah, I never liked the wall jumping in this game because it's just the timing is very precise. So you gotta wait until the animation. You can see from Samus's animation, right? So you gotta be flipping, and then you gotta hit the button and then hit jump. Because otherwise, you know, you see her do that, and then you miss your chance. So you gotta hit it at just the right time. And this room is not even in the combo randomizer, because that's where they put the tunnel to get to Zelda. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, yeah. So the combo randomizer, you don't have to get all the map stations. So they were able to take that map station out, and that's where they put the portal to Zelda, or one of them anyways. Okay, cool. That was clever. Oh, that's right. I need the ball bomb. I knew that. And so in this game, when you die, you go back to the last time you manually saved, and you lose any progress you made, so save often. But the save rooms do not heal you like they did in Super Metroid, I'm sorry, in Metroid Prime. So that's another thing I thought was like, you know, that they could do, but that's alright. So that's just something I would want, like in a ROM hack. I would want there to be maybe autosave or healing in save rooms or something like that. But then again, you can also just, you know, save anytime you want using states, so. I always find myself torn between wanting to get the original experience, but then also trying to keep my blood pressure down. Like, you don't want to cheat, but you don't want to get pissed off and rage quit either. Yeah, it's also really fun to be able to just kill this guy with, like, 2 super missiles in the randomizer. But I got him. That wasn't so hard, now was it? I'm just gonna do that so I don't have to refight him. That's pretty much what I'm gonna do, though. Like, I might use save states before and after boss fights. Just so I don't end up having to redo anything if I die against the boss. And what annoys me, too, is when you come out of a boss fight and end up dying afterwards, and then you have to, like, you know, refight them. I hate losing progress, really. That's the main thing. So... And another thing with the randomizer is, you know, if you get, let's say you get the morph ball in the normal spot, well then you can go down there, but if he doesn't drop a power bomb or the regular bombs, then you get stuck down there and you've got to quit out and go back to your last manual save. Unless you created like a save state. So. And there is a combo randomizer of Metroid 1 and Zelda 1. The thing is, I'm very familiar with Metroid, but in Zelda, I always forget all the spots where you can use bombs or burn certain bushes with your candle. So, yeah, that's where I really struggle in that combo randomizer. Whereas, like, in Link to the Past, you always know where you can bomb because there's a crack in the wall or in the ground, you know? It's pretty obvious where you can do it. Right. And so this is the entrance to Torian, which will not open. So, and I forgot to go back and get that other missile tank after I got the ball bomb, but it's no big deal. This game gives you way more missiles than you need. With the exception of the Ridley fight, he just has so many freaking hit points. I don't know how speedrunners are able to do it using only charge shots, but... And without the various suit on top of it when they do, like, reverse claws. That's why I'm not speedrunning it, I just can't do that stuff, and that's okay. Everything's fine. I just love the music in this game. I always say that I like the sounds of the Genesis sound card, you know? And I prefer that sound card in, like, third-party games, like Earthworm Jim, for instance, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Arrow the Acrobat. But, you know, for Super Nintendo exclusives like this sound card and this music just sounds flipping amazing, so, you know. It's all relative, I suppose. And of course, I'm really looking forward to Metroid Prime 4. I'm going to get my Switch 2 next week. And Prime 4, I think, is going to come out later this year. Probably around the holidays. That would be neat. I don't think I can get over here now, but I can still get this missile tank. Yeah, you need this speed boost to be able to run through there fast enough. Of course, I don't even remember what's over there. So I have had playthroughs where I kind of forgot where to get the wave beam and the grappling beam. But that's okay. And I know I can't get down here because you need power bombs. I don't know if I can do this yet, but let's... Oh, yeah, this is fine. Okay. Oh, this is just a recharge station. So that's, like I said, when you use a save point, you don't get any health or ammo back. And this is only missiles, by the way, too. Like, I don't think it also gives you super missiles or power bombs. But you do get fully replenished of everything if you go to your ship. So, but like I said, though, save often, because you don't want to have to redo things and try to remember where things are. You know, I hate losing progress and having to redo it. I just don't have the patience for that anymore. Yeah, and I can't go down here yet because I need speed boost, and then that's where you learn Shine Spark if you don't already know how to do it. There's a little, I don't know, llama ostrich type guy who shows you how to do it. I don't know what the enemies are called in this game either. I just, you know, I don't know. Like those guys, I don't know. These guys are just bugs. I don't know, or wasps, something like that. These dudes are grasshoppers, and the dudes underneath me, those are mosquitoes. That's just what I call them. I don't know. I don't know the real names of things. So can I get up there? Probably not. Yeah. It's just a missile tank anyways, but still. That's what I mean. Like, wall jumping is very useful, but extremely difficult to do. That's why speedrunners have a ball with this game, because they're really good at those frame-perfect inputs and pixel-perfect positioning. Yeah, so... yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time on that. It's just a missile tank. But I gotta go down here to get the charge beam, which is important. You need that when you run out of missiles and boss fights and stuff. And thankfully, most of the bosses give you opportunities to get some of your health and ammo back. Power bomb. Power bomb! Right, and I can't go in there yet. Okay. Ow. This is what I mean. It's like, even when I know how to do it, I still can't fucking do it. Even when I see her get into position for it, if you don't hit the button at just the right time, she won't do it. So I often wondered if maybe they only put the wall jump in just for testing purposes, to make it easier for testers and the developers themselves to traverse the environment, you know? I always wondered if it was something they meant to take out. But then again, like I said, there's a part where you see animals doing it. So, I don't know. But there's a lot of weird stuff in the programming that leads to some interesting sequence breaks if you know how to do it. And that's what I mean about this game. Like, it's basically two games in one. You can play it normally, and it's a lot of fun, and it's challenging and everything, or you can completely break the game and try to get into speedrunning. Oh, it's this bozo. Alright. Yeah, this is what I mean, though. You get these little pollen things that get you health and stuff back. I also like in games when like bosses change different colors to indicate like how low their health is. So this guy just gets a darker and darker green until he's like almost brown. And in Metroid games in particular, I like how they give you a whole bunch of health and ammo after you kill a boss. You know, so hopefully then you won't die on your way to the next save point, you know. Or if you want to go back to a previous save point, you know what I mean? So, for the most part, the Metroid games are pretty well designed. Like I said, Metroid Fusion annoyed me, Metroid Dread kind of annoyed me. I've just never really been big into like mobile consoles, so the Game Boy and 3DS games didn't really do anything for me. Remember that 3DS got the remake of Metroid 2. And that's when they introduced all the parrying shit that I can't stand. It's like, it's Metroid, it's not Dark Souls. Come on, guys. Yeah, Metroid Dread to me just really felt like a mixture of like Sekiro and Resident Evil 3, and not in a good way. I got super missiles. Hooray. So, like, if I wanted to, like, if I was really, really good at wall jumps, which I'm not, as you've seen. Like, if I was really good at wall jumps, I could go back up that way and go backwards. There's no reason to, but... yeah. You see how this just spits you out right here. That's right, and you can't get in that way without the missiles, but... again, I know I keep talking about the randomizer, but, like, if you already have the super missile, you could technically just go in here, get the item, and not have to fight that boss. Although he's pretty easy to beat if you already have super missiles. Now, where am I going? Oh, that's right. Now I have to go down there. And of course, I can't get through there because I don't have the power bomb yet. That's one of the last upgrades you get. So now I can go here. So this is what I love about Metroidvanias is, you know, you get a new item and it's like, oh, now I can go through that door. Now I can get that item. Okay, cool. You know, sometimes you get stuck and you're struggling to find your way, but then eventually you find the item you need, and then you have that light bulb moment of, oh, okay, now there's 3 spots I can go check. I don't know why I'm struggling so badly with this wall jump today. Maybe it's this controller, or maybe there's just some, like, input lag or something with the monitor. I don't know. There we go. It's just a missile tank, but even still, I knew it was there. And I knew I could get it. But this is what I mean, though, like... So, the thing with the wall jump, did they... Was it meant to be used? Did they mean to leave it in there? You know? Why did they make it so difficult to do if they actually want you to do it? You know? And normally, you know, you wouldn't be able to get that until you get the high jump boots or something. But it's just a missile tank anyway, so it's not like it's something important. It's something you don't even really need. So maybe they didn't care if you broke the sequence or not. Maybe they figured most people wouldn't be able to and it wouldn't matter. Or maybe they just didn't test it adequately. So you always have to wonder, with a lot of these glitches, you always have to wonder how many of them were oversights, you know? When you see the things they're able to do in speedrunning, it's just like... I don't know, how much of that did the devs know about ahead of time? And that's one of the things that's good and bad about these older games, is just that back in the day, before internet, like, your games didn't get patched, you know? So on the one hand, they actually finished their games and tested them prior to release for the most part. But the downside is, if there was any kind of glitch or bug, it was just in there forever, and that was it. And in some rare cases, they would, you know, release a new version of the game on a different cartridge. You can see sometimes there's multiple cartridge versions of various games. Yeah, so that's what I mean, like... I like how modern games are able to go back in and patch those glitches and bugs with, you know, with updates and stuff, but I also feel like a lot of companies exploit it, you know? Like, oh, we don't have to finish our game before we release it, we can keep working on it and release a whole bunch of patches over the course of several months. So, you know, so nowadays it's like you're not even getting a finished, polished product in some cases, and it could be months before, you know, they do that. And it's like they work the predicted initial sales is already factored into the budget almost, you know? So it's like, you know, we'll just put the game out unfinished, then use that money to finish it and fix it. And it's like, come on, guys. So yeah, so there are old games that are kind of broken but can't be fixed, and then there are newer games that are just intentionally released in a broken, unfinished state. So can't get in there yet. And I won't be able to get back out of here until I get the ice beam, I think. Yeah, so Super Metroid can be a very glitchy, broken game if you know how to do it. But for the most part, it's pretty well designed. Then there are plenty of spots where the wall jump is not necessary, but it does make things a lot easier. And this is what I mean. Did they intend for me to do a wall jump right there? It seems like they did, but they made it so goddamn difficult to actually do. It just makes me wonder, that's all. But if they made it too easy to do, then you could just do it anywhere. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it, I guess. What were they thinking when they were making this game? We may never know. Yeah, so you can jump up here and clearly see that there's something there, but then, like I said, you still have to either wall jump or wait till you get the high jump boots before you can actually go there. And that's just what makes like the randomizer so tricky, is because I don't know what the logic expects of me. And now in my first playthrough, I did not know that you had to drop a power bomb here to blow this up and shatter the glass. It's like, how would I know that? I didn't think that that was intuitive at all. So when I get frustrated in like a newer Metroidvania, I find myself thinking, okay, like, are you like, are you upset because it's too hard, or does it just seem like it's too hard because, you know, you mastered these old games? Like a lot of these old games that you memorized and you're good at, it's like, yeah. So like when I was playing the Blasphemous 2 DLC, I was getting so angry and I kept saying, "Oh man, this level design is so bad." And the question was, well, did Super Metroid have good level design, or did you just memorize it? Did you just forget what it was like to you know, to play it for the first time? Yeah. Does Blasphemous 2 have bad level design, or do I just have less patience than I used to? And does Super Metroid have good level design, or have I just forgotten how frustrating it was to play it for the first time? Right, so you got to go down here to get that. So it really is possible. Yeah, and again, I can't run fast enough to get through here anyway, see? Yeah, so I don't know. I think it is possible to get up to that spot with a very specific jump and wall jump, but then I think you might get stuck somewhere, so you got to come down here and get the high jump boots first. And then you've got these hot rooms, like this one, where you need the Varia suit. So I don't think that randomizer logic expects you to go into those rooms without the Varia suit. And there are a lot of energy tanks and reserve tanks as well. And like I said, there are two bosses that I struggle against. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're poorly designed. They just kick my ass. That's all. But I think the final boss fight is pretty cool. You know? So there, now I got the high jump boots. So now the second you get those, it's like, aha. Like, first off, you need them to get out of here. So there's no way you're going to miss them once you're in here. But secondly, I immediately am like, oh, now I can go to that spot where I was just trying to get up to. And now I can go back and get that energy tank in the ceiling. You know? And of course, to get out of here, you gotta kill all of the enemies. And this might be another hot room. No, it's a save room. Well, let's go ahead and save. You do not want to die in this game and lose like an hour progress. Not fun. I cannot get through here. The arrows mean I need the speed boost. And those fuckers just drained a bunch of my health. But that's fine. And of course, this is not an RPG, so you don't get XP and other things. And then, yes, a very well-positioned and well-timed shot can flip those switches from the other side. That's another speedrunning technique that I'm never really that good at. And of course, you know, you really got to watch the reverse boss order speedruns. Those are just amazing. But that's what I think is so dumb, though. You come down here and you get those boots, and then that's it. You're gone. So, and you just go back up, and then you got to go fight Kraid. Now I just jump right up there like it's nothing. Yeah, and this is like the one area of the game where it's like you're expected to find all these hidden blocks and hidden tunnels and stuff. Although, obviously, if you get the map station, it shows you that stuff is there. But I always thought this was a really cool part of the game because I felt like I had to glitch it in order to proceed, and I just thought that was really neat. Whereas, you know, Metroid 1 is like, it's just guess and check through the whole thing. Yeah, you have to go down here to actually fight him. Oh, look, I got all this health back. That's nice. You fight Little Kraid right there. Oh, but then look, you can go up here. See? And this is not on the map. Ammo and health station right before a boss fight. Gee, that's nice of them, huh? It's a little bit hidden, but still fun, yeah. So Metroid 1 is an incredibly infuriating game the first time when you don't know where various things are. That game, it's like you just gotta shoot every wall. Of course, the wave beam makes it a lot easier to find those hidden tunnels and stuff in that game. Yeah, so Kraid's back, and he's huge, and he's mad. That's what the video game magazine said back in the day. Kraid is back, and he's mad, and huge. So you only need a couple of super missiles to take him out. I fucking missed. Hey, that was easy. And they brought him back in Metroid Dread finally, but not in any other game. They brought Ridley back in Other M, I think, and Fusion. Maybe Fusion? You know, I don't know. There, Various Suit. So you gotta go get the high jump boots just so you can go back up here to get the Various Suit, and then you gotta go back down there where I just was. It's kind of inefficient, but that's how these games are. Backtracking is part of the game. That's the whole freaking point. But ultimately, I do prefer some of the Metroidvanias that are also RPGs, because then I feel like there's just more of a reason to actually fight enemies, because you get XP and stuff, and they're not just dropping health and ammo. They might get drops. Like, in Symphony of the Night, there are, like, really rare drops that most people aren't going to find unless they really start farming for it after looking it up online. So. And yes, there was a save point over here. Oh, get out of my way, you fuckers. There was a save room up there, and of course I didn't do it, but... That's right, I gotta go down here. There we go. So at least this game, you know, gives you some clues as to where some of these hidden pathways are. And at least if you find the map stations, then you know there's something there, even if you can't figure out how to actually get there. And I also prefer Metroidvanias where there's actually an incentive to try to get all the items, or try to get, you know, try to do it faster, or get 100% map completion, that sort of thing. course, if you're really good at the timing on these. I know. I'm gonna say, I know there's something in here, and they put the dot on the map just so you know. It's like I know there's something in here. So here we go. So I would still say that Metroid Prime is my favorite Metroid game, and it's just one of my favorite games. Period. And the remaster was just great, you know, just all those updates to the graphics and the controls and everything else. I never liked using the motion controls on the Wii version. I always preferred the GameCube version. Okay, but now that I have the high jump and the various suit, I can go in here and do what I have to do. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I know I can shoot the ground. I just wanted to see if I could do that. And I think the various suit also just reduces damage from like all enemies. Oh, alright. Thought there was a missile tank down there. It's around here somewhere. I know for a fact that there is a missile tank in one of these little pits here. I knew it. Of course, in the Metroid games, well, in Metroid 1 and in this one, the faster you beat the game, the more of Samus's clothes she takes off at the end. So yes, progressive in that there is a female protagonist, but misogynistic in the fact that, you know, you get to see her in a bikini if you beat the game as fast as humanly possible. Of course, in this game, enemies typically don't follow you into other rooms, but they can still hit you on the way, as you just saw. Let me just create a point right here. Alright, good. See? Like, this is very easy to do when you have the ice beam. Yeah, see, I saw her do the position, but I didn't hit it at, like, just the right time. See? You can see her do the animation and go into that position, but then she doesn't actually do it if you're not hitting it right. The wall jump. So then other Metroid games decided, okay, we're just going to make it so that you have to get the ability to grab onto ledges, and then the spots where you would wall jump are just predetermined. But then there's other games where just once you get the wall jump, you can just easily use it anywhere, and like Mega Man X did a good job with wall jumping, because you just slide down the wall Alright, so I don't even know what's in there, and I don't know why I'm wasting so much time on this. So we are getting into Norfair now. This is Norfair. But it's not Ridley's hideout. Kraid's lair isn't its own place, it's just, you just fight Kraid, that's all. Yeah, Kraid has always gotten the shaft in these games. Those guys, I don't know what to call them, they're just ice blob guys. I don't know. They're wall worms that shoot ice blobs. It is possible to hit that switch from this side, but it's got to be timed in positions just right. But here's a nice little spot to farm some health and ammo. There are times where this game can be pretty generous with healing and missiles, and there's times where it's so stingy that you're just gonna end up dying or running out of ammo. So, here we are. So everything's fine. Yeah, so I typically don't like to use save states unless I've already done a normal save. So I'll typically save a state anytime I do a normal manual save that's built into the game. Another room that was designed to just let you recharge. These guys are just magma monsters. I don't know what else to call them. And then you got those, you know, seahorse guys. I don't know if they're supposed to be dragons or seahorses. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not supposed to know about this. If I was better at the game, I would probably be able to trigger that, but alas, what are you gonna do? That's the exit point after you go down here and do all this shit. Now, there's people who just love Hollow Knight, and they think it represents the newer, better generation of Metroidvanias, and they'll tell you that Super Metroid is terrible, and they'll criticize people like me for saying that and say, oh, well, you know, you just want everything to be exactly like Super Metroid. It's like, no, that's not true. I just think Hollow Knight is a bad game. I just think it's too damn hard, and yeah, see, these guys, I don't know if they're dragons or what. I call them seahorses. It's just what I don't know, I just call things what I want to call them. Oh yeah, and I can't do shit in here right now, can I? Yeah. The game at least shows you that something's there. It is very possible to get this stuff now with well-timed wall jumps. course, in Metroid, the only way to get more health is to get energy tanks. The only way to get more defense is to get the better suits. Everything's gear-based is what I'm saying, you know? So I prefer like Symphony of the Night or Bloodstained Ritual than I like the RPG Metroidvanias because I can just keep using the same weapon that I want and just keep upping my stats through leveling up. You know, it's not entirely gear-based is what I'm trying to say. So, normally you can't get past there till you have the grapple beam, but let's see if I can cheat a little bit. No. I knew I could do it. See? I'm not supposed to get the wave beam until after I get the grapple beam, but I don't care. See? Now I have a wave spazer or whatever. Yeah. And actually, this is another thing that I thought was cool, is that there's different things that can be turned on and off. So you've got wave, spazer, phaser, and once you get, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there are special, like, super moves you can do with each shot type, but... So no, but I like how all the beams just kind of stack on top of each other. Because in the first Metroid, it's like the wave beam would replace the ice beam, and you needed the ice beam to beat the game. So there you have it, folks. That's a sequence break. I don't know if it was intended or not, but with a wall jump, you can just go get the wave beam early without getting the grapple beam first. Which means I can now go down to that door that I couldn't open before. And I can also just go in here. Yeah, so that is a minor sequence break that I don't think really accomplishes anything, because I think you still need grapple beam to get further. I'm not sure though. Yeah, but wave beam is very helpful for finding hidden items inside the walls. And this is where I get the speed boost, turbo boost. I don't remember what it's actually called. We're gonna find out in a minute. Speed booster. I had it wrong on both accounts. Okay. And there's no other items in here because you wouldn't be able to get them anyways. So here we go. The lava is restricted just to that room. Because, you know, that's how lava works. That's totally how lava works. You see, and normally I would need the grapple beam to go over there. Or maybe that's where I get it? I don't know. No, I don't think that's where I get it. Yeah, so in Metroid 1, I would typically just skip the wave beam so that I wouldn't have to reacquire the ice beam again. But there's actually two spots where you can get the ice beam, so there's one that's much closer to the entrance of Torian. Pretty sure I can do this. I'm not sure, though. But it looks like in this spot, they intentionally made it so that you can't do this. I don't know. Don't know. That's alright. So I can use the speed booster to get out of here, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go back down here. Hang on. I'm going to go down here. Aha! Get this missile tank is what I'm going to do. There we go. Cool. Yeah, no, nothing else that I can do in here. Well, I keep saying it, wall jumping is a pain in the ass. And I still don't know how much they expect you to really use it. Right, and that's the thing. I would normally need the power bomb to open that door. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to go in here. And just like that, I can get in. And then I can't go in. I knew it. No, it's fine. Like it's a minor sequence break that does literally nothing for you, because you still take absurd amounts of damage trying to get through here. So they were probably thinking, oh yeah, no, go ahead, go right ahead, go ahead and wall jump up to the wave beam, go for it, it's not gonna fucking do anything. Those fuckers. Alright. You can get the wave beam early, but it does absolutely nothing for you. You're supposed to get the grappling beam to get the wave beam, and then you go in there, and then you grapple across. Of course, if I had more health, then I could have made it through there, but I don't know if I could have made it back out. So it's just weird. That's all. And even if I could successfully wall jump up to that other spot, I don't even know what's in there. I don't know what the point to it is. And I'm not going to waste another hour trying to get in there. So. Oh. Hang on, this is the other spot where I can use the wave beam. Alright, hang on. I'm supposed to come out this way from the other side. Okay, so let's see. Maybe there is still a sequence break in here somewhere. Well, wait a second. Isn't this where you get the ice beam? Can I even get it right now? Hang on. What's in here? Nothing. Okay. Yeah, and I don't have the map station yet. Eh. I don't want to get stuck down here. And these guys, I don't even know what to call them. I don't know, they kind of look like they're wearing jetpacks. I don't think I can really do anything in here. Unless I can, Shine Spark. No. You don't have enough room for a Shine Spark here. Yeah, see? You can kind of almost get up there. Oh, hang on, maybe I can. No, because she stops her spin, so hang on. Pretty sure I can get up there. Ugh. I'm probably going to die down here, unfortunately. Great. Ah! I fucking did it. Look at that. I got the missile tank, but is there any other reason to be down here? Yeah, look where I am. How about that? Better save in case I die again. Yeah, now I'm gonna save because I took a lot of damage in that room down there. Alright, so now that I have speed boost, I can go over here. That's the whole point. Yeah, you get turbo boost, or speed booster. And then you can go in here. Because I always found it annoying that different blocks require different weapons. Like, it won't even tell you if it's a breakable block if you don't use the right weapon on it, you know what I mean? That always annoyed me. Whereas, like, in Metroid Prime, you could analyze them and it would tell you what type of rock it was. And from there, you would know what you needed to break it open. Ice beam. Yeah, so like I said, now I've got all three of these beams all combined. No! Ah! I thought there was something up there. I could be wrong, though. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay. I gotta go all the way back over there. Alright. That's alright. as you saw, there were some potential sequence breaks right there, but pain in the ass. I just want to go up there. Why can't I do that? That's what I mean. Like, I need a ball bomb, but I can't. She won't shoot it early, so. Oh! Since when is that a power bomb? Oh, hang on. I'm stupid. Hang on. I gotta go back up there. I'm sorry. I thought that was a different spot right there. I always get confused in this freaking game. It all just kind of looks the same after a while, you know? Go. That's what you're supposed to do. All that just for a missile tank. Really? Nope. Secrets. Reserve tank. Okay. So all that effort I went into trying to wall jump up here, and you just get a reserve tank and a missile tank. That's all. That's it. No big deal. Jesus Christ. Good luck getting out of here without fucking dying, huh? Man. Yeah, and this is what I mean. So when I'm half dead or almost dead, it's like, oh, have some more missiles. Missiles, missiles, missiles. It's like, oh, you're almost dead? Nope, missiles. Enjoy the missiles, motherfucker. You get missiles or nothing from every single enemy. Thank you. Now I'm gonna go back down here. I think I have to go back down here. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna go in here and take care of these guys. There you. Thank you for the help. Good. Now I have the reserve tank. Excellent. So this room down here, I still can't do anything. But the, right, I'm not gonna be able to get through there, probably. Even if I can, I don't think I'll be able to get back out. Alright. Yeah. Even if I just have enough health to power through it, it's like... I don't know, well, you know what? Let's try this again, now that I have more health. Yeah. So it's designed so that you do not have enough iframes to just power through it. Oh, look at that. Gave me all my health back. What? What was the point of that? That's it? What was the point of that? Ow. No, get in the lava, you fucker. No. No, you will sink into the lava, you fucker. Nope. Fucking die. Okay. See? Without the grappling hook, you can totally get over here and grab this. It's fine. Ow. Ah! Yeah, that's how you know the boss is actually dead, because they give you all the power-ups. Power bomb! Power bomb! Alright. So as you saw, they set it up where you could potentially get the power bomb and the wave beam a little bit early, but then in that next spot, you can clearly see that they made that a super missile door, so you couldn't possibly do that. So I don't know, it just makes you wonder how many sequence breaks are like intended and that sort of thing. Because, yeah, in some spots they clearly did not want you to be able to get there early, but in other spots they were just kind of like, eh. So, I don't know. Alright. I'm making good progress, so I think I'd like to just keep going for now. Yeah, okay. So I could have explored this a bit before getting the ice beam, not that it would have mattered. Was this one of those, like, gauntlet rooms? It's just a missile tank. Who cares? Yeah, so you do get to a point in all of the Metroid games where eventually it's just like, I just can't believe some of the ordeals you have to go through to get just a freaking missile tank. It's like, I don't even need it. Why are you giving me this? Grappling beam. Oh. But yeah, like I was saying, that you can totally get the wave beam before you get the grapple beam. That's absolutely possible. It's not even difficult. But doesn't do anything for you. And I could have come down here without the ice beam. So yeah, so getting the wave beam early means you can come down here before you get the ice beam. But again, what does that do for you? Nothing. If you come down here without the turbo boost, then it can be very difficult to try to get that. Okay. Oh! And again, the Shine Spark is still a real pain in the ass to actually do. is the giant spark. And it should make it possible to get up there, which I can also probably just do with grappling beam anyways, but yeah, it's just a missile tank. Now I can do it. If she would just flip when she's supposed to. You have to be in a flat surface, I think. Yeah. There we go. I could have just gone across with the grapple beam, but that's boring. Who wants to do that? So you can use the Shine Spark to get that missile tank early. Wow. Who cares? Yeah. Yeah, let's use the grapple beam to get across there, but as you can see, with some running and wall jumping, or maybe just some good old Shine Spark, you can do fun things. It's fine. Doing things the easy way is boring. Oh. Oh. I didn't know there were enemies down here. Oh. Let's get out of here. So they wanted to make sure I couldn't get in here from the other side. There's a few other spots where they're just like, go for it. Who cares? And that spot where I wasted all that health was just a shortcut when you're coming back out of here. So probably save again though. Don't want to lose any more progress. Alright, cool. And yeah, and so normally after you get the grapple beam, then you'd go over there and get that. Yeah, and the other issue is when you do things slightly out of order, what does it want me to do now? Yeah, so this was meant to be used when you're coming out of that area. And then you can just shoot this the normal way. Okay. So yeah, this was an exit, not an entrance. Okay, and now that I have the power bomb, it's like, oh yeah, you can totally see what's in here, but no, you can't get through that without the gravity suit unless you're really good at the game, and I'm not. So, oh, these dudes drop power bombs. Well, that's good to know. So yeah, I was supposed to come out from there, not go in there. So then, I don't get it. Oh, I'm not going through all that again. No need. Alright. So now I'm supposed to go get the wave beam. Yeah, because the wave beam makes it possible for you to open that other door from this side when you're, in that other area. But the ice beam makes it possible to just climb up the flying dudes to get back out. So, what was in here? Just these guys. Okay. Right. So, I'm supposed to go get the wave beam now, but I already have it. So, and yeah, it lets you shoot that one switch from this side. But then I almost died to get over there, and that ended up just being an unnecessary shortcut. So, yeah, I was supposed to come out from the other side, and they didn't care if I had the... Yeah, so obviously getting the wave beam early does nothing for you. Because I still would have had to go down there, right? Like... Because I needed this speed booster. Or did I need the speed? See, I don't know. Like, I still had to go get the ice beam, and I didn't need the ice beam to get through that area, as far as I can tell. Right. All the ice beam did so far was get me the reserve tank and the extra missile tank, so that's all. So after getting the wave beam early, I didn't have to go get the ice beam yet. But I still would have had to go get the grapple beam anyways, so I was supposed to get the grapple beam first, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't make a damn bit of difference. So after getting the wave beam early, I could have gone back and there's a door I could have opened, but then I couldn't have done anything. Yeah, and now I have the power bombs as well, so. So leaving this area with early wave beam. Oh, now you give me the map station. Got it. Okay, but why didn't I go up that way? Hang on. And it's kind of weird too, you can't get the map station until after you've explored the whole area. And I can't... Oh, for fuck's sake. Can't go this way. Going back down here because I want to go over there. Okay, but... supposed to come in from the other side, but when and why would I do that? What? What? Alright. I came back down here for nothing. Alright, never mind. Yeah, so it's another instance where I was supposed to come in from the other side. And this is not going to lead me back to there, is it? Or maybe it will. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, now exactly. Now I can just use the grapple beam. Okay. Because I like the fact that this can actually hit enemies, though. I mean, not that one, but some of them are immune to it. Yeah, but see, I hate the grapple beam, though. That's the thing. I hate the grapple beam because of that very reason. It's just so janky to use. Alright. So... right, and I can't go... Alright, I'm done then. I can come out of here. And with the combination of Wave Beam and Ice Beam, I'm able to actually get out of this whole entire region of the game. So why didn't I go down there and do all that already? I don't understand. Oh, because I needed the power bomb. That's why. What was the point of that? I guess it's just an easy way to get back in and go to Ridley's hideout. Yeah. So after getting the gravity suit, that's the quick way to get back down here. Ah, okay. Got it. That's what I get for trying to fill in the map. I get nothing. I just waste time. And now, am I going to remember that I can do that later now? I don't know. Okay. I've played this game so many times, you'd think I would remember all this shit, and I don't. My brain doesn't work anymore. Yeah, at no point does the game tell you that you can do this. It is not clear to, or it wasn't clear to me. It still isn't. Yeah, the game never once tells you that you can do that. But you can't really make any progress here anyways until you get the stupid gravity suit. This is like the best song in the game in my opinion. Ah, asshole. Yeah, so now I can just go up and out this way. And there you see the room with the zigzag. Yeah. I can go back that way now that I have the wave beam. I can hit that switch, but I don't need to go that way, or at least I don't want to. I thought maybe there was a missile tank down there. Yeah. Right, so now that I have the ice beam, I can do this. That's the whole point. Once you go down here, you're stuck down here usually. Unless, unless you're really good at wall jumping, or unless you go back and get the ice beam. No. Yeah. But there's another spot where I don't think you can possibly get up. So yeah, you need the ice beam or the wave beam to get out of here. But if you just get the wave beam and leave, then sure, there's a couple spots you can go to, but you're still gonna need the grapple beam and all that stuff. So it is possible to get over here without the grapple beam, but good luck with that. Is this X-ray scope? Okay, that's where you get the X-ray scope. And that can be very helpful for finding items and stuff. See, that's how you find the way out. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, I might have just killed myself. Yeah, see, like, in a randomizer, I had the space jump, and I tried to go through here, but those flying dudes hit me and interrupted my jump, and then I plummeted to my doom, basically, and just took way too much damage. Alright. Good. Now everything's going well. I need a power bomb to get out of here. And that's why the enemies in there can drop power bombs, because they know you might need it if you only had one to get in. Okay, so now we're gonna go up here. See, now I can just do this. Because you can totally wall jump up here. It is possible to get out of there with just wall jumps and no ice beam, but you need the ice beam anyways, so... I mean, you're gonna have to get it at some point. Might as well be now. Or might as well be, you know, when you're supposed to. I mean... Ah! Power bomb to go down here. This was not on the map, as you saw. Power bomb upgrade. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, this spot was on the map, but the path to actually get down here was not. And they don't give you too many super missile upgrades because they don't want you to have that many super missiles. It would just make the game too easy. Okay, cool. I'm going to save here. This is a good stopping point for now. So this is the end of part 1 of my full playthrough of Super Metroid. I will create a suspend point right here. And it is now 9 p.m. Okay, so that's fine. So thanks to anybody who tunes in, and be on the lookout for part 2, and there might end up being a part 3, maybe even a part 4, who knows. But I will finish this full playthrough within the next week before the end of May, because then Metroidvania ends. So, alright folks, see ya.